Hi, everybody. John here. So every year I get the opportunity to attend what's called the Elite Retreat for Remax. And it's a collection of agents from across the world and across the country who come together and uh, learn and grow together and share experiences on what works. So if it's for broker owners, team leads, excuse me, individual agents. And at the end, we put together a list of all of our contact information for referrals across the country. So as I was downloading that and creating really an upload into Boldtrail for future referrals to all these people, it occurred to me that maybe I should just do a quick video and show you guys how to do this from scratch. So let me share my screen. I'm going to just show you how you can do this stuff very quickly and on your own. So this is where it started. It all started with a referral partners, excuse me, Google Sheet, which I love Google products. They're easy to collaborate. And so this sheet was created by somebody and it was shared with all of us. So you can see there I am way on the bottom. Now, part of this spreadsheet contains first name and last name, email address, phone number, the main city where the agent is located, state, the other cities that the agent will service, and then I added a column, but you can't see that right here. You can't upload contacts to Boldtrail to the CRM from Google. So what I had to do is I had to go to File and then download, and then I had to create an Excel spreadsheet. Now, anytime you're working on documents within spreadsheets, you really need to be either in a Google sheet or an Excel spreadsheet. But eventually, we're going to transfer that, and we're going to download it as a comma separated value file. And I'm going to get to that in a little bit. So when you go into your spreadsheet, once you create it, mine is in an Excel format, and you can see the difference. Now I can mess around and I can play around and I can easily manipulate the data and I can add columns. So one of the columns that I did add was a hashtag. Hashtags are probably the most important part of your CRM. The hashtag itself will allow you to identify or label every person that you meet. Now, for clients, if they live in Brookfield, Brookfield is a hashtag. If they live in Delafield, that's a hashtag, but I also then add Lake Country. Why? Because I have to be thinking far in advance of marketing and how I want to do things. Well, in this case, it's just a very simple referral spreadsheet. So I just want to be able to identify these people once they hit my database as part of a Remax referral. Now you notice Remax, which by the way, you don't have to use the hashtag anymore. I'm sorry, the slash. Notice there's no spaces there. You can't put spaces in hashtags. It needs to be as specific as possible, but also searchable. So the first thing I had to do before I guess, created this hashtag was I had to go back into my Boldtrail and I had to go to marketing and I had to go down to hashtag management. And then once these all loaded, and there's quite a few of them in here, then I went to Remax and I wanted to see if I already had a hashtag for referrals, which I have one, but it's not, there's only one person assigned to it, right? So then what I did is I said, well, maybe it's under referral, right? So then I went to referral and I searched on that and I thought, referral partner 13, referral source. You know what? I'm adding 70 new people to my database. I'm just going to create another one. Now you can create the hashtag over here if you choose to, but then you just have to assign it to one person. Now you can assign it to yourself. That's not a big deal. One of the things I've always suggested that people do when they're setting up their database, they're working on hashtag management, really anything that comes into this world of the CRM is to create a you as a client, right? As a person. That way, and it, maybe it's a personal email that's not your work or real estate email, but something that kind of, you can push all your new campaigns to, you can push your new notifications to. And what it does is it allows you to kind of see what the client's going to see long before they see it, right? You should obviously be what we call beta testing when you create these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into Boldtrail, and under lead engine, you're going to find bulk import. So you have two options. You can either let them do it, which I'm always for, excuse me, or I can do it myself. So I'm going to hit submit file, and I'm going to walk you through this. I've already done it on my end, but I'm going to walk you through this. So I'm going to hit accept. I'm going to move to the next screen here. Your information should automatically fill in, but for me, I've got a couple other options. You might be a team lead. You'll have that option. You might be an office manager if you have a separate team office. You might just be an agent. Either way, I'm going to put that I'm an agent, that I'm located in the US, that I want these leads assigned to me. Now, remember, if you have multiple agents on a team, you can assign a bulk import to somebody else. I wouldn't recommend that if you're a team lead. If you're a team lead, the team should always own leads, not the individual leads that the agent brings to the team, but you should always have the control over those leads. And it sounds bad, but team members sometimes come and go, and those leads should be owned by the team. So who are they owned by? Me? Well, I owe them, right? You're going to browse and find your CSV file. Notice it says it right up here for you. Okay. And that's your finished product. And then it's going to ask you, do you have a separate note file? Well, in my case, no. My notes, which if you go to back to my hashtag, my notes are in the upper column here, or in the upper portion here. It's column G, and it says notes. So what they're going to do is they're going to enter these into the notes section in every person's entry into their profile. That way, I don't have to put all the individual cities. But the most important part is that someday, if one of you come to me and you say, "Hey, you know what? I'm looking for a great agent in, let's just say, Bullhead City, right in Arizona." I just type in Bullhead, and then this agent will pop up. So this is the beauty of the CRM. Let's go back to our preferences. So you're going to say that, you could either have a sphere assigned in a column to these people, and you're going to indicate that column is what you really want those sphere to be assigned. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put everybody as part of my sphere. And the reason being is they're not clients, they're not prospects, they're just in my sphere. They're people that I know. And we don't need much more of an explanation after that. If it's leads, that's different. So do you want a hashtag applied? Yes, I do. But the hashtags are in my spreadsheet, and they are in column H. What are these leads? They're agents. I don't want any search alerts. I don't want any market reports sent to them. I don't want home valuations automatically created, and I don't want them to receive a smart campaign upon the import. Now, if you had a campaign that you created, and you should, if you have referral partners that you meet across the US, there should be an introductory campaign. It can be, this is me. This is who I am. And if you ever have anybody come to Wisconsin, which no one in their right mind does, they always move south, this is who I am. And it could be a series of maybe once a month, once every 6 weeks. You just kind of throw a teaser out there about who you are. You can add people to newsletters, but after a while, people are going to wonder why they're getting Milwaukee area newsletters when they don't live there. So you have to be kind of careful what you can do, but you can always go back and assign those campaigns later. Why? Because of this massive tool called the hashtag. So, in this case, I might say, hey, please make sure that all of the notes in column G are entered into the notes in profile so that I can easily search these cities after I'm done. When you're done with the information here, all you do is submit import file for processing. It's going to give you acknowledgement. And within usually a day or two, those people are added to your campaign. So how do you access them once you're there? By the way, you'll get an email saying they're there. So how do you access them once they're there? Well, very simply, if you go into your My Contacts, you can search by hashtags. Okay. So if I did referral, remember I saw those earlier, I can say, oh, wow, there it is. Now those new hashtags are going to appear in there, and it's pretty cool. Very simple video, you guys. If you have questions about bulk import, please let us know before you do it. It's much easier to do answer your questions before it goes in there. And the only suggestion I can give you beyond this is that if you are doing a bulk import, please take the time to over hashtag, especially if it comes to contacts. Remember, when it comes to hashtags, and I should probably do a video just on this, but when it comes to hashtags, if you've got somebody located in an area, if they're a friend of yours, let's say you have someone that lives in Glendale. Well, their hashtag is Glendale, hashtag is North Shore. Maybe they're a friend. That's a hashtag. Maybe they are a vendor because they work for a plumbing firm. And then they're also a plumber, right? I mean, you want to be able to use your database down the road for, I mean, if you can do these hashtags, it'll be a massive advantage when you're trying to find things later down the road. That's all I got, folks. Good luck.